Well, good morning and welcome to FCF. We're so glad that you've chosen to worship with us. Let's put our hands together. It's going to be a great morning. Want to welcome those worshiping with us at FCF online. Listen, the church is very much alive. Sing this with us. Come on. Oh, erupting, darkness shaking, faith is rising. We know, heartbeat erased. I'm living in your freedom. There's joy overflowing. We know, that our hope forever is the name of Jesus. We are free, you are with us, 'cause the church is alive. Come on, sing it, Pastor. Come on, sing this with us. This is what it sounds like. This is what it looks like. This is how it feels. This is what it feels like when the church is alive. The church, come on, say it again. This is what it sounds like. Yeah. This is what it looks like. This is how it feels. This is what it feels like when the church is alive. The church is alive. Our hope forever. Name of Jesus. We are free. You are with us. 'Cause the church is alive. The church is, come on, sing it again. Our hope. And our hope forever is the name of Jesus. We are free. You are with us. 'Cause the church is alive. The church is, come on, sing, this is what it sounds. This is what it sounds like. This is what it looks like. This is how it feels. This is what it feels like when the church is alive. The church is, come on, one more time, sing that with us. This is what it sounds like. This is what it looks like. This is how it feels. This is what it feels like when the church is alive. Yeah, come on, give him praise this morning.
We want to welcome you once again this morning to FCF. We also want to welcome those of you who are joining us on FCF online. Come on, are you ready to give God all your praise this morning? He is worthy, amen.
Father God, you're welcome here. Let's sing this together. Give you glory for all you brought me through. And now I'm ready for whatever you want me to do. I'm moving forward to follow after you. I'm ready. Now I'm ready. worship you, Lord. Come sing this. Your presence is an open door, and we want you, Lord, like never before. Your presence is an open door, so come now, Lord, like never before. I know breakthrough is coming. By faith, I see a miracle. My God has made me a promise and He won't stop. Come on, sing that out. He's ready. I know breakthrough is coming. By faith, I see a miracle. My God has made me a promise and He won't stop. I know breakthrough is coming. By faith, I see a miracle. My God has made me a promise and He won't stop. Now sing it, His presence. Your presence is an open door, and we want you, Lord, like never before. Your presence is an open door, so come now, Lord, like never before. Come on, let's give Him praise. He is worthy. I shared in the first service, we just felt like, man, we just had an incredible first service. Pastor Randy and I prep kind of separate, and then sometimes he'll say, I'm thinking about doing this, or isn't it great to have him back? I don't know where you're at, boss, but we love you. And he's like, I think we're gonna sing this, talk about faithfulness at the end, and so I pulled a song out, and during the first service, kind of midway through, I felt like I was supposed to share, and we almost said identical things, not knowing what he was going to say and him not knowing what I was going to say. God is just putting on our hearts to share with you today that He knows your situation, He knows what you're going through, and He can be nothing but faithful. Amen? Come on, so be encouraged. I told a story about taking this trip. We have little kids, and this was a couple of years ago, and anyone that has little kids, you know, you go on a road trip, and I mean, it's a total roll of the dice. This was one of those that was supposed to be like a 3-hour trip, and it turned into a 4-hour trip, or 4 or 5. It was just way too long, and the kids are crying, and I'm driving very well, but I was trying to help Jessica with the kids, because she needed help. She needed help with the kids. She said she didn't, but I thought she, anyway, so I digress. And apparently I was testing like the boundaries of my lane, which she said, you're driving too fast, you need it. And I'm like, no, I'm not. And right around that time, I see lights in the rearview mirror. So which is, I mean, there's the whole ticket part, but I just hate it when she's right. Can I just tell you that? Like, it's just the worst. So cop comes up, incredible. Love our law enforcement people. You guys are a blessing. He gets to the window, and I already have my license and registration. And as he gets to the car, he says, "Sir, have you been drinking?" And about that point, our 1-year-old at the time just lets out like a blood-curdling, "Ah!" Like, I'm hungry, I went out of here, like, I'm done. And our other son starts crying, and like I'm trying to like talk to the officer respectfully, and you know, while praying for my children in the back seat. And about 3 or 4 seconds into it, he realized like this was not the situation. He thought he knew the situation, but this was not the situation that he thought it was, right? It was a totally different situation. So he says, he has my license and registration. He looks at me like big eyes, hands it to me and says, "Good luck with that," and heads back to his cruiser. And I was just thinking, like, sometimes, guys, I am gonna derail it again and do faithful.
So, sorry, production team. You guys are incredible. Can we give it up for our production team? A lot of clapping today. I'm sorry. I'm going to do a different song than we planned to. But you may think that God doesn't know what's going on in your situation. He's not the police officer. Come on. He knows, not only does he know the situation, he knows every hair that's on your head. Ephesians 1, somewhere at the beginning, don't remember exactly where it is. It's between 1 and 5. Put it in the chat if you're watching online. He says, before he laid down earth's foundations, he had us in mind. He had focused on us for the target of his love. Come on, regardless of what's going on, he knows and he's there and he's going to get you through it. Amen? Come on. I want to teach you a new song. It's super simple. Sorry, production team. Love you guys. Can we maybe sing this? He's faithful. Just sing that, all your promises. Sing that out.
All your promises, yes and amen.
All your promises.
All your promises, yes and amen.
All your promises.
All your promises, yes and amen. I will rest in your promises, my confidence.
Just the voices sing that out. Come on, faithful. Faithful you are. Come on, it's beautiful. Sing it to him. Faithful forever you will be. Faithful you are. All your promises, yes and amen. All your promises, all your promises, yes and amen. I was talking with Pastor Randy just on, I guess it was Thursday, and he was like, man, it's weird to be wearing these masks and like singing and muffled, and we're joking about that. And when I got home, I was just thinking, you know, if my mask, when I have to wear one to sing, makes me half as loud, I'm gonna sing twice as loud to overpower, because nothing is gonna stop me from worshiping God. So I wanna sing this one more time, and I know His presence is here, and He's not here to hear the worship team sing. He's not here to hear us. He's here to be enthroned in the praise of His body, amen? So can we just sing this one more time? And I'm just gonna have to ask the bench to be quiet, and I want you to sing it out. I don't care if you're a singer. You're gonna be a sweet sound in His ear. He doesn't care about the perfection of the art. He cares about the heart of the artist, amen? So let's just sing this together. Give Him all that we are. You're faithful, God. One more time, let's sing it as a body. Faithful, come on. Faithful you are. It's beautiful. Faithful forever. Faithful you are. All your promises are yes and amen. All your promises, all your promises are yes and amen. One more time, all your promises. All your promises are yes and amen. God, we are so comforted by the fact that you are forever faithful. Your word says, even if we are faithless, you will remain faithful. It is who you are, faithful to us. So God, we just pray for comfort for those of us that are still going through stuff and struggling. I pray that they would feel your arms around them. They would feel your comfort. They would feel your peace, God, in knowing that you got them. You got this. God, I pray now as we open our hearts to hear what you would say, you would speak through Pastor Randy, God, that we be sensitive to your voice. God, that all that you want to say to us, we would hear, we would receive, and God, it wouldn't just fall on stony ground or anything else, but that it would take root in our hearts and we would be changed when we hear from you, Father. You are so faithful. We love you. I ask this in the precious name of your Son, Jesus. And in one loud FCF voice, we all said, amen. 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 Yes, come on, He is faithful.